Free beer and hot wings in the morning. Grand Rapids rocks all day. 97.9 GRD rocks.
Sunny, cooler today. 36 the high. 28 downtown. At least it looks gorgeous. As long as the breeze is hitting you. That makes it feel a little worse.
Yep.
A little bit of controversy about a show that's coming to town.
This is so not shocking. I was waiting for this.
Well, yes, I'm a bit surprised by it.
When this show was announced, we talked about going, and then we said, boy, this seems like it might be controversial based on when the topic has come up on our show, and out of ignorance, we used the term they use, and I mean the touring company as what it's called.
But I thought it was cool because, well, I mean, you're allowed to call yourself whatever you want.
Right. From Wood TV 8.
In tonight with more on a story that might have to do with exploitation or entertainment, depending on who you ask. An unusual act slated for 20 Monroe Live is drawing criticism tonight.
Tickets are being sold for a midget wrestling match scheduled for tomorrow night, and one group says it crosses the line, saying it's demeaning a group that already faces discrimination. 24-hour News 8's Sarah Hurwitz joins us now with more. Sarah?
Well, certainly interesting speaking with the people who are obviously very angry about this happening tomorrow night. And the Little People of America West Michigan chapter says that the event doesn't belong in Grand Rapids, and they say that people don't realize that it can open the door to ridicule and bigotry. The moves.
We're showing footage.
And the strength. By every measure, they're athletes. They're just shorter.
Little people such as us walking down the street have been picked up and thrown, which caused significant physical harm.
You have?
Like, that is awful.
Like recently?
Or on a regular basis?
Or is this like the 1920s that used to happen?
Or is it, because if this has not happened more than once in your life, then it's just a random act of violence, and that happens to everyone all the time, everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
But the event, Ron Roskamp says, is promoting somewhat of a spectacle with potentially violent consequences.
I wrote the organizers to ask them to not put on this event because of the impact that it has on objectifying people of short stature and the ultimate repercussions from that after an event of this nature, with public aggressiveness and teasing and ridicule and so on that goes on against us in our daily lives. All of our drawers and things are all on casters. Because of our short arms, we can't reach to the back.
Okay, if I'm doing this story,
yes,
I don't know that I go, hey, show me your little people stuff right after he talks about that.
I don't think
I
do.
I wouldn't have, but maybe he volunteered to educate,
maybe
the hardships of a little person.
I suppose. And I don't necessarily, because if you're a little person, I don't know, but I'm guessing. You feel it every time you walk into a room, no matter where you go.
Because
of course.
I know for me, I don't see a little person very often, so when I do, I would be conscious of it and try not to, but your natural inclination is to go, what little double take.
Yeah, the worst is kids. Because kids don't know any better yet.
I would definitely try to distract my son, not because he would ever mean to do anything bad,
right?
But just to try to be thoughtful or mindful of that person that he's looking at probably deals with that 100% of the time.
Right.
Dwarfism poses daily challenges that many don't even think of. Roskamp is the treasurer of the Little People of America West Michigan
chapter. By the way,
chapter.
for the record, everyone should have drawer pulls, not just little people, because I can't reach into the back of the bottom cabinet either. It's a pain in the ass to get something. Those pulls are the best.
Well, who wants to? Who wants to get down on their hands and knees and reach all the way in the back?
That's not a uniquely little person thing.
Everyone likes
the cupboards.
Everyone likes convenience.
Yeah. I'm just saying they're doing it right. You got to have those.
And he lives with his wife and Ada in a home that's built specifically to their needs. And they faced all kinds of bullying and ridicule throughout their lives. He says that it's more than just holding the event that perpetuates the problem. And the word midget.
Yeah, to us that connotes the 20s and 30s and 40s where people were sideshow exhibits at burlesque or vaudeville or county fairs, and it's a name that we've been really working hard to get out of the lexicon.
In response to those concerns, 20 Monroe Live's marketing manager issued this statement tonight, saying, quote, 20 Monroe Live presents a wide variety of music, comedy, and other entertainment for a demographic that makes up a diverse community. The views expressed by all of our acts are not necessarily shared by the venue or staff. And I did also reach out to the owner, Greg Gilmore. He says that he can't comment because he doesn't control programming. Now, of course, this does call into question, is this exploitation? So these people are willing athletes. They're getting up. They're competing.
Right. Sure.
And I did ask Ron that, and he said that, you know, he's worried that maybe they don't realize the full repercussions for the entire group.
Maybe not.
Well, maybe, but that's unfair. They have that choice too.
Yeah.
I mean, I totally get where that guy is coming from. I'm sure it would be very difficult.
Yeah, I do
too.
and
I'm sure
but-
you do face a lot of challenges and ridicule and whatever. But these are also adults who have chosen that that's their career path.
And this is legit. I mean, when the video footage they show is legit. This isn't not
dwarf tossing.
No.
Like one of those things where let's go ahead and wrap them in
charge people
Velcro and
to-
throw them up against a wall or
Yeah.
Like I mean that's like really demeaning stuff. I mean you could argue that all wrestling is demeaning.
Right, yeah. Well,
But-
that's a thing. Like, there are people who wrestle and love wrestling that make the human race look bad when they jump off
Right.
of their roof and onto a table and staple their backs, but I'm not allowed to just make them stop.
Right.
Also, I don't want to. It makes
No.
good video. I don't know.
It does. But yeah, this isn't like I mean, as far as I can tell, at least the footage they showed, it's not like, full-size people versus little people or, something weird. It was all little people. They were kicking each other's asses. It looked like good wrestling.
It actually did.
Yeah.
The only weird, if the company were owned by a not little person, by a regular, that sounds weird, regular person, but anyway.
That's not, I know what you're saying. It's not what you meant.
That would be a bit odd, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
not
Is that any different than if
necessarily.
a strip club's a ladies' strip club's owned by a dude?
Well, does he
Those
get
are a
to
lot
that?
more
Yeah,
common.
Yeah, not really.
But some women would say, well, that sexualizes women and it makes guys think that they're objects for them to do whatever they want with. It's a similar argument. Obviously, strip clubs are far more common than traveling wrestling shows with little people.
Yeah. I don't know, but
I can see both sides.
I get it.
yeah.
Like, I can see him for saying, you know what, I don't really want it here. And I don't blame him. But also,
No.
I mean, that would be
for
just
20 Monroe, I'm like, people want to see it.
To
And
me,
it's a
that would
legit
be
show. It's not illegal. It's not unethical.
No, it is a legit. Exactly. I mean, the ownership thing would be like me starting a group called NWA and then hiring like people to be in it.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Because you saw a way to make a buck, but you couldn't do it yourself.
Right.
And who knows?
I don't. But they want to do it. No one's being forced to do anything.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry that the word is.
Yeah, they're not indentured.
It's offensive to you, but
And from what we've been told, a lot of people.
A lot of people,
I'm
but-
surprised, but that's what it was called for years. I mean, I'm not justifying it. Like when the WWF in the 80s, when I used to watch wrestling when I was a kid, they, for a time, started mainstreaming what they called midget wrestling, using that same term.
Yeah.
And at the time, that was the term people used. And I'm sure that the promoters of this are like, well, that's what
their
It's
league is called.
called.
That's what their entertainment company is called. And if they don't care, if the people in the show don't care, then I don't care.
It's hard to get away from a terminology
yeah.
that is universally used for small too. It's not like the N word that has one connotation.
Yeah.
I mean, like lots of things are referred to as midget.
Right.
If it's small,
It's branding.
You can get candies that are midgets.
Hockey leagues for kids.
Right.
That,
So like it's a little bit.
Car races.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, a little bit more difficult to escape the terminology.
Yeah.
But
It's hard for me
I-
to say because I'm not offended by it. And
No.
if the people who are in the show don't care, then
No.
what are you going to do?
I mean, I try to avoid it on a day-to-day basis. If I know it bothers somebody, I don't go out of my way to use terms that people are annoyed by. But
Right. We've had enough people over the years reach out and go, hey, you know what? That term is really hurtful.
Yeah,
to me or to, I have a son, whatever. And so for that, I'm with you.
It's the same reason why I don't call something that I think is stupid retarded anymore.
Right.
Because, you go, oh, all right, well, it bothers you. Well, yeah, it's freedom of speech. Yeah, I can say it if I want. There's no reason I can't say it on that level. But you know what? If it bothers people, I don't need to say it. I can just say something stupid.
Yeah.
Or idiotic or dumb. I don't have to use the other word. Yeah. That's fine. Okay, cool. No biggie. So I can avoid midget.
Guys, I have some important news.
What is it?
This song is not by Linkin Park.
Oh
my God.
Ooh, does this walk like an Egyptian?
Yeah.
At the beginning. And then it's not.
I like this song. I've always loved this song.
We need more Jet in the rotation.
We do.
No?
Yeah.
You don't think so?
Just this one?
We need
no
way.
Crazy.
What's the other Jet song?
Cold Hard Bitch.
That
was a great,
two Jet songs.
That's a great song. And then